The Indians were destroyed because they were what? Savages. Okay? They're the savages. They're the ones without civilization. They fed you when you got in, would have starved to death. Maintained the white colonies and so forth. And what thanks did they get for it? Death. Why? Because they were savages. So again, what you got? Oppression, things being done what? Turned around, turned backwards. You see, the victim is made to appear to be the perpetrator. You see, and this is what mythology does. Mythology seeks to what we call naturalize history. To make what is appear to be what is natural, or what has been divinely ordained by some natural order, or by some divine order. So we get a mythology. Not only though do people build a mythology to justify what they're into, they act in terms of the mythologies that they do. That was a small excerpt from a Dr. Amos Wilson video titled "You Reap What You Sow," and this is at 1 hour 12 minutes. And you know, I'm just relaxing on a Friday, getting ready for New Year's Eve and whatnot, just chilling at the house and whatnot. Got my headphones on. I'm just scrolling through YouTube looking for some intelligent content to listen to while I gear up for this, for the weekend and whatnot. Just relaxing, get my mind together. And I just scroll across this video and I'm listening to it over a couple of days. And then I run across this section of the video, and immediately, as soon as he started going into it, my ears perked up. And if you have been one of my original subscribers, early subscribers, or anybody who's heard some of my, very first videos, given the small snippet of the audio that I just played for you, you can kind of see where I tied it together. But that initially is what caught my ear when he said that. But I started tying it together to the North American Negro, the American Negro period, play in as it stands today. And one of the things that really stuck out is the mythology, that the main, over that minute and a half, diatribe that he went on. That's what really stuck out to me, was the mythology. And not only has other groups of people used a mythology against us as a people, against us, as far as, the maltreatment of said people, but also internally within our own group, we formed sub-mythologies and whatnot as far as color and gender is concerned, and we've snowballed that. And my main purpose behind this video is just to shed light, make people think about, why black folks do what we do, why we do what we do, and to try to have a better and a deeper understanding, so when you come across it, it won't be a situation where you just say to yourself, well, that's what niggas do. You understand at the foundational level why we do what we do, and you can have a better understanding on how to, not fall victim to that. But as far as these mythologies is concerned, the first thing that popped into mind as far as the internal mythological propaganda that we use against each other popped into mind was, throughout the 90s, the black men aren't shit, and, we're either dead or in jail, gay, or just, blind, crippled, and crazy and dumb or whatever. And if there's some young brothers
late teens, early 20s, coming into adulthood and whatnot, take my advice. Hear me and hear me good. If you're dealing with a female, particularly a black female, and you hear these words come out of her mouth, or you see her make a post, a tweet, a Instagram meme, whatever, if she disseminates this phrase in any shape, form, or fashion, drop her immediately. This should be the magic phrase for you to break camp immediately. And that phrase is niggas ain't shit. If you ever hear her say this, post a meme about this, or even vaguely alluding to this, break camp immediately. Feel no sympathy whatsoever. Now it could get a little murky if children are involved and whatnot, but if you just fucking a bitch, excuse my language, but if y'all just dating and sexual interaction is going on and there's no children involved or whatever, definitely I would strongly recommend, if you hear her disseminate this phrase in any shape, form, or fashion, run for the hills. But anyway, the '90s narrative of how much of a degenerates black men are, that is what popped into my mind when Amos went into the concept of a mythology, and how mythological propaganda can be used against a people or a specific demographic of said people and whatnot. And I was born in the mid '80s and whatnot, and I was still a child in the early '90s and whatnot, but I was still aware of the world around me, and I was still soaking in all of the movies. Thin line between love and hate. What love got to do with it? Waiting to exhale. Stella got a groove back. Color Purple. You name it. All of those anti-black men, black women are the victims to tyrannical black men who are just running rampant throughout the black community, just causing so much destruction and bedlam and whatnot. I, I myself, as a child and an adolescent, to some degree, fed into that, and that kind of shaped my whole outlook on the world as my early adulthood, as I enter early adulthood. And I made a couple of bad mistakes as it pertains to that, but nothing that I couldn't rebound from. But just minor social mistakes and whatnot. Certainly things that I wouldn't do today. But yeah, like Amos Wilson was saying, you create a mythology, you paint the person whom you are looking to invade, you paint them out to be savages, you dehumanize them, and you take their humanity from them, and then you gain ground on them to where you can completely destroy them. And I see, uh, I don't want to say that that idea of the black woman being portrayed as the victim and the black male being portrayed as the savage. So in turn, black women could rationalize their lack of compassion towards black men. I'm not saying that thought right there was the original thought of the black woman, but I would definitely say that the black woman was, how you say, complicit. She surely, for lack of a better term, she bit that apple. But that's what I see today. And that little clip right there, it really stuck out to me when he said it, because as soon as he said it, all of the '90s movies, and even today, even though the theme is so played out, it's kind of lost its fervor. It's like, all right, what? It's like all around the world's the same song as you know the old Digital Underground song goes. It's like, God damn, we going over this shit again. Niggas ain't shit. Niggas in jail. Y'all gay. Y'all dead or in jail. Like, oh my God, we going over this again. And there's so now, it's kind of lost some of its umphness, for lack of a better term. But just but when it hit in the '90s, when that propaganda machine that the black man is a savage and this, that, and the third, he has no humanity about him as it pertains to maintaining a family. When that bomb was dropped in the '90s, its effect reverberated at least two generations. At least two generations, because it's children I believe it's children that's born in the early 2000s that's in mid adolescent years and whatnot, coming into adulthood, that are still feeling the aftershocks of that propaganda that was disseminated in the '90s. So, but I don't know. That's just a thought of mine that came, and it's just, as soon as I heard that portion of his lecture, instantly I was just struck with some inspiration to make this video, and I had to make it immediately, but before I lost some of the main talking points that I wanted to touch on, because there's been plenty of times I've been riding in my car and I had no recording device, or I was incapable of making a video or whatever, and I would just say some dope shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a dope ass thought would just hit me, or I'll be at work just working, and then something just prophetic would hit me, and I'm like, fuck, I can't get this down, and I had to just. But anyway, yeah.